So lately I've been noticing a lot of comments on my videos saying that Pokemon in Sun and Moon can be very hard to catch. And I agree. Legendary Pokemon like the Tapus definitely aren't that easy to catch in this generation with their extremely low catch rates, and some random Pokemon like Beldum, yes, Beldum of all things, are extremely hard to catch. Just let this sink in for a second. Beldum is as hard to catch as a Lugia. Yes, that's right. So I wanted to even out the odds a little bit, and in this video I'll be teaching you guys two major ways that you can increase your chances of catching Pokemon. Number 1. Get yourself a Pokemon catching Pokemon. What I mean by that is a Pokemon that makes it easier for you to catch other Pokemon. As I'm sure you all already know, having a Pokemon at really low health increases your chance of capturing it, and using status moves like something that would make a Pokemon go to sleep increases your chances even more. So if we combine moves like that into one Pokemon, then we have ourselves a great Pokemon capturing Pokemon. A Pokemon that I would really recommend to use as your Pokemon catching Pokemon is Smeargle. Now Smeargle is a pretty unique Pokemon because its move Sketch allows it to pretty much learn any move in the game. Using this, we could turn our Smeargle into the ultimate Pokemon catching Pokemon. Now the moveset that I use on my Smeargle right now that make it really easy for me to catch Pokemon is the move Spore, which is a 100 accuracy move, which means it's pretty much never going to miss, and it puts the other Pokemon to sleep. The next move I have on mine is False Swipe. False Swipe will never ever knock out the Pokemon that you're fighting against. After that, I have it learn the move Soak. Soak basically changes the Pokemon you're fighting into a water type. So Soak may sound like a bad move, but it's actually really good. It allows you to hit Ghost Pokemon with False Swipe and Grass Pokemon with Spore, which is really useful. And of course, it could also take away a Pokemon's same type attack bonus. The last move isn't really as important. You can basically adjust this one to whatever you feel like you need at the moment. Right now I just have Aerial Ace on my Smeargle because it never misses, and a lot of Pokemon have accuracy dropping moves, so it's nice to have something that can never miss. Now the good news is getting all these moves on Smeargle is extremely easy in Pokemon Sun and Moon. The first thing you're going to need to do is go over to Route 11 and catch a Paris. Catching Paris makes this really easy for us because it already knows Spore when you catch it, and it can also learn both False Swipe and Aerial Ace by TM. If you wanted to, if you evolved your Paris, it actually wouldn't make a bad Pokemon catching Pokemon itself. Then next up, you're going to go to Route 15 and run in the grass a little bit and find yourself a Pelipper. Once you have your Pelipper, take it over to the Mount Lanakila Pokemon Center and talk to the move relearner to relearn Soap. Now to relearn a move, you have to have a heart scale, and if you don't have any heart scales, they're really easy to get in this game too. All you have to do is go to the Seafolk Town and go into the big Wailord looking ship. Once you're in there, buy any meal, and once you're done with the meal, they'll give you a free heart scale. So now that you have these two Pokemon set up, it's time to go get yourself a Smeargle. So Smeargle can be found on Route 2, and when you first find yourself a Smeargle, the only move it will know will be Sketch. Now the way Sketch works is whenever a Pokemon uses a move, if Smeargle uses Sketch on that Pokemon, it'll instantly copy and learn that move permanently. So when you first encounter your Smeargle, just make sure the only move you use on it is something that you want it to know. I usually start off by using the move Spore. So I'll enter the battle, use Spore on the Smeargle. It'll put the Smeargle to sleep, but that's okay. I'll keep using Spore over and over and over again until it wakes up. Once it wakes up, it'll sketch the move Spore, and then it'll know Spore forever. And at this point, you can go ahead and catch the Smeargle, and it'll know whatever move that you want it to. So starting at level 11, Smeargle learns the move Sketch again. And then every 10 levels after that until level 91, it'll learn Sketch over and over and over again. So to get the rest of the moves that you want on Smeargle, all you have to do is level it up a little bit until it learns Sketch, and then sketch the new move that you want. After doing this for a little while, you'll have the perfect moveset on your Smeargle, and it'll be great for catching any Pokemon that you want. Alright, so now that you have your perfect Pokemon catching Pokemon, it's time for step 2. Know your balls. Your Pokeballs, that is. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, there are so many different types of Pokeballs, and they're all useful in different situations. But there are 5 Pokeballs that I would recommend you have on you at all times. First off, the Dusk Ball. The Dusk Ball is by far the best, most generic Pokeball that you want to have on you. As soon as it becomes nighttime in-game, anywhere you are, these Pokeballs will immediately have a 3.5 times multiplier on catching a Pokemon. They also get that multiplier if you're in a building or inside of a cave. Now compare this to a regular Pokeball with only a 1-time multiplier or an Ultra Ball with a 2 times multiplier. Dusk Balls are almost twice as better as Ultra Balls, making these things your new best friends. Now the second Pokeball I'd recommend is the Quick Ball. On the first turn of the battle, and only the first turn, this Pokeball when you throw it has a 5 times multiplier of catching a Pokemon. So if you're really lucky, you could just throw this Pokeball right out and you have a really good chance of catching the Pokemon. Alright, these next 3 coming up aren't quite as good as the original 2 because they are more situational, but they're still really good to have. So up next is the Netball. Now the Netball has a 3 times catch rate on water and bug type Pokemon, which are a lot of different species of Pokemon. On regular Pokemon it's just a 1 times catch rate though, so don't use it on anything that's not a water or a bug type. The Repeat Ball also has a 3 times catch rate, but it's only on Pokemon that you've caught before. And last but not least is the Nest Ball. The Nest Ball has a 3 times catch rate on Pokemon that are lower than level 19, and 2 times catch rate on Pokemon levels 20 to 29. If you try using this on a Pokemon above level 29, it'll be the same as using a regular Pokeball, so don't do that. Alright guys, so if you combine the Pokemon catching Pokemon, putting the status conditions on it, lowering it down to 1 HP, and using the best Pokeball for the situation, you should have a lot easier of a time catching any Pokemon that you want in Sun and Moon. So I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content just like this. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video, and wherever you are, I hope you have a fantastic day.